Hello again, this is Hero. Well, we're towards the second half of July, and I was looking at these Seiyuan elm. Remember, this was all one at one time. I took the air layering off. Well, I thought I better get around to start to put more definition in there. So that's what we're going to do today. Is kind of the follow-up of the Seiyuan elm that was air layer. So as a kind of a review, this was the bottom part. And then if we go over to our right, that was our next piece. And then the one in the back is another. And the one to our left was the very top. Okay, so anyway, there's going to become individual. So I'll get started and pruning. Not much to this, just going to keep trimming this. We're not into the final finish or anything close to it. We just want to make sure that the side branches start to develop and not waste a lot of energy just out where we're never going to need it, right? So just very quickly. One of the reasons why we're just doing quickly, because these big wounds still need time to heal. So don't be rushing in and try to finish everything when one of the tasks at hand is making sure that these cuts that we made have a chance to heal over. So not all that exciting. But a lot of what we do in bonsai is not all that exciting. Well, have you ever watched a demonstration where they proceeded to wire the tree on stage? You could come back after your lunch and they still be wiring. The one good thing about this videos, we could edit it out, speed things up where it's kind of a monotonous. Of course, you won't see me wiring yet. You only see me wiring once in a very seldom, huh? Okay, so I'm just trying to get some rough shape. Oh, I don't know about this one here. Probably not going to be any good, so I'll cut it off. But I think our wound is right here. Okay, our big wound is right here. And then you see all this growth, that covers it, but it's also helping to help this heal a little bit better, faster. So that you want this growth around the big wound so that cell division happens and it has a better chance of rolling over or healing back, right? So that's what I'm doing, is I'm keeping enough foliage, yet putting some style so we could keep this line going. But one of my major tasks right now is to get this wound to heal. So a lot of this here is just something that we're going to keep for a while. Just think of it as a sacrifice branches, because we got so many. Fatter this part gets and stays fatter, the better it's going to be in the future. So I'm just going to cut across like that and not worry too much about the detail. Okay, remember this big chunk that used to come like that and cut it off? Well, see, this is just starting to roll over. That means we have the potential of this thing to heal over, and it will not look like we did any pruning to it. So I should keep more growth here. I just wanted to cut it back so you could see what I'm trying to do. So on this particular one, this is the base with the biggest cut. So this cut and the one on top and this on top, that's what I'm trying to do now, is trying to get that to heal back. I think you could still see remnants of the near death, all these brown things. And this was probably 3-4 weeks ago. And then just because I caught it in time, it made a full recovery. But you could still see the remnants of the near death, the dead leaves on it. So anyway, I'm going to do the same thing with this, is to go ahead and trim so we could get to the next stage. So I think I'll put this back and make sure that it gets watered regularly, and hopefully no more near-death experience. The other day I had a discussion about fertilizer with one of my new students, and he said, what should I put on? Well, I was thinking about that, and almost anything will work. Make sure it's not really hot, meaning that nitrogen reacts so quickly that it will burn your plant. But other than that, if you get the wrong formulations, because these are in relatively shallow pots, the extras will drain away. So the only thing you're doing is you're wasting a little bit of money, but not damage. But if you're a farmer and if you use the wrong formulation year after year, you get an accumulation of unused fertilizer, and so your soil could become toxic. So I was thinking about that, and I said, well, in bonsai, I guess it's not as critical because it's in a small container, and the excess will just drain through. Okay, what we're looking at, either the third from the bottom or second from the top. Anyway, so basically the same thing. I'm just going to do a very quick trim so we have basic shape. So not much difference, just kind of trim quickly. Well, I guess because I've been doing these YouTube thing, people that come in recognize the stars. Well, I don't know, something to do with the fame. They tend to want to buy the so-called famous one. Anyway, so my inventory has been moving steadily. So I think I'm on track. I just turned 75 a couple weeks ago, a week ago. And I've been saying that when I turn 80, I want all my plant inventory to be gone. So am I going to retire? No, I'm not going to retire. I just want to try to do something else. Actually, probably take more seriously what I've done in the past. I've tried all kinds of stuff in the past. Oh, you know, the Raku ceramics. I've been using those for my boniwa and other things, and suiseki, and well, one of the things that I enjoy doing is this YouTube. I think it fits me in terms of being able to reach you and get the point across. Well, you know, I've always been kind of leery of live presentation. Up on stage, you're high. Only thing it's good for is it's good for your ego because people clap and this and that. But I think this is a genuinely better way to actually teach you what you need to know. Besides, bonsai is not a one-time deal. You don't get done. Well, it's never going to be done, right? See this right here? I'm debating whether I should cut it off or keep it as a sacrifice branch. So let me study that. Okay, so this is connected to the base right here. It's a good location for a sacrifice branch, but what I don't want to do is to have it like that because it'll interfere with the development of this area. So I'm going to go like this and then come out this way and then use this growth habit to still fatten that up. Yeah, those are little points that you have to be aware of because as you're trying to just fatten this, but if it was up here, you'll ruin this future or at least set it back. Okay, this is the top piece. This is where the apex was. And it's starting to shape up, I think. We'll get in there and trim it up again. These men trim maybe 3-4 times. I think I showed you once, right, when I did this as a group. But then I've been out there just quickly trimming 2-3 other times. So Chinese elms require a lot of trimming. Well, you could skip them, but it develops much faster the more times you trim it. That's when you start to get the development of the branches and then eventually the ramification. But anyway, I'll go ahead and get started on this one. Okay, so this was the top piece. Oh, let's let it go around once so you could see. I think we were looking at the front. I think this is the back coming up. Although this could be the front too. And so, well, like I was saying, we're at the sort of the middle end of July. We're gonna still have pretty warm weather. Today is going to be slightly above average, slightly 101, 102, something like that. So it's not a record breaker, but it's quite warm. But warm weather makes these elms. This is a sage yuan elm, but it's one of the elms, so it will grow faster. They love the heat. So anyway, I think here comes the front. Right about, I think somewhere in this neighborhood is the front. That lower left branch may or may not stay, but definitely need for fattening process or the sacrifice branch. So as we pan to the left, that's the piece that's underneath this. So second from the top or the third from the bottom. And in the back, the one that was stressed out but now recovering is the second from the bottom. And then as we go over here, that was the problem one that we had, that was the base. Okay, so anyway, this was sort of the progress report of this triple air layer sage yuan elm from, I think, a year or two ago. Okay, so this is Hiro saying goodbye. I'll see you again real soon in another chapter.